Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. As we all know, Modi's ambition for Indian manufacturing is not small. Not only does he want to replace China's manufacturing in the field of mobile phones to become the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer, but he also tries to surpass us in the field of automobiles and become the largest automobile manufacturing country. To this end, they proposed a plan for the penetration of electric vehicles in 2030, which will be as high as 30%. In addition, they are also actively asking car companies that have invested and set up factories in China to build factories in India. First, they approved a subsidy plan to allocate 100 billion rupees to subsidize companies that go to build factories. The second is to purchase battery products from Chinese companies to solve the problem of suppliers. Finally, they used huge tax incentives to specifically invite foreign car companies to invest and set up factories in India, and many of them were named as car companies that are developing in full swing in China. It has to be said that India has made great efforts to promote itself as the world's largest automobile manufacturer. It's a pity that India's calculations this time have failed. First, Tesla, which has made great achievements in electric vehicles, regretted not to go to India. In the early years, India repeatedly asked Tesla to set up factories, and Tesla didn't give in until last year. But while they were giving in, they also put forward many requirements, such as reducing their taxes and inviting the supply chain of Chinese companies to set up factories. At that time, India was unfriendly to Chinese investment, so Tesla only got the consent of the former. However, despite this, Tesla decided to go to India to invest. Just when they were all looking forward to the arrival of Tesla, Musk suddenly came to the mainland with great fanfare in April this year, and said that the Shanghai factory was their best factory. Interestingly, at this time point Musk had a trip to India to meet with Modi to discuss the relevant matters of factory construction. As a result, they came to the mainland. Many senior Indian officials were dissatisfied with this, and even some politicians stood up and said that Tesla's move would not be forgiven by India. It can be seen that Tesla really touched their hearts. And this aspect also tells them that in Tesla's eyes, Chinese factories and a large market share in China are far more important than India. In this case, Modi's manufacturing plan was first poured with a basin of cold water. But this is just the beginning, because the investment of Chinese car companies also encountered turmoil. Because when foreign capital can't pull, Chinese capital can't pull either. According to market rumors, 9 car companies have been forced not to set up factories in India, on the grounds that China is preparing to ban the export of electric vehicle technology, especially related investments in India. Although no official documents have been issued yet, judging from the fact that many car companies have announced plans to stop building factories in India, it is very likely that the government will take action on the matter of building factories in India. And everyone knows that in the development of the electric vehicle field, Chinese car companies occupy a large share. If we have strictly stipulated that battery technology cannot be exported and named India, then India's plan to change the status quo in the global market by relying on China's battery technology may also fail. And their repeated attempts to target us will also fail. To some extent, Modi has hit a wall this time. At this point, India itself has to bear a large part of the responsibility. For example, in the supply chain of mobile phones, many of our companies went to India to set up factories at the beginning, and helped India solve many problems such as employment problems, investment and operation problems, and imperfect supply chains. However, the result is that we have helped them build such a perfect supply chain. They want technology, voice, and even the money they earned before. After we suffered so much loss, they still want to target us. This is obviously unlikely to succeed. As a senior Indian official said, actively attracting foreign investment is not the focus. If you want foreign investment, you should improve your internal operating environment. At present, India has faced many challenges in automobile manufacturing, and with their ambition and various unspeakable means, their future expansion in the automotive field will be more difficult. Again, sincerity is important for better development, and changing yourself is also important. Otherwise, they are facing not only the manufacturing pressure in a certain field, but the manufacturing pressure in India across the country. I hope they can reflect on themselves, but it is hard to say whether they will reflect on it. So in your opinion, will they reflect on it? After reflection and rectification, will there be more investment in the future? Welcome to leave comments, likes and shares.